Okay, welcome everyone. I call the Commissioners meeting of July 19, 2023 to order. Just to let you know, we do have some new technical things up here, so I apologize in advance if something goes haywire with the PowerPoint. Welcome back our veteran Don Bradley to lead us in the pledge, and Pastor Larry Waldhauter, who will lead us in the invocation.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Son of God, Father, we thank you today for life, health, and strength. We thank you for guidance. We thank you for government. We thank you for your grace. We pray now, God, for the wisdom and direction of this administration and for your people. We thank you for your continued prosperity and your continued peace upon us. And we give you praise, honor, and glory for all things. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Okay, we'll move on to item number 2 on the agenda.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the July 5th, 2023 Board of Commissioners meeting as submitted.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I will open it up for any public comment related to items on the agenda. We'll move on to the consent agenda.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda items below for the Office of Children, Youth, and Families.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. On to new business.
I make a motion to approve a purchase between the County of York on behalf of the Information Technology Services and CDWG, Chicago, Illinois, for SolarWinds network monitoring software from July 19th, 2023 through July 18th, 2024, for a total cost of $17,946.91.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to re-execute the agreement with the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Department of Transportation for Multimodal Transportation Fund Grant for the removal of York County Bridge 270, Pleasant Acres Road in Springersbury Township, previously executed on April 5th, 2023, to reallocate grant funds to include utility relocation cost to be covered by the grant.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to approve the appointment of Salzman Hughes, P.C., to be added as special legal counsel to represent the County of York in environmental litigation.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to ratify construction contracts between the County of York and the following contractors listed below for the central booking reallocation project at the York County Prison, and their East Coast Contracting, Inc., DM Electric, Fry Lutz, Inc., and J.R. Reynolds, Inc.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I'll make a motion to approve and execute cooperation agreements between the County of York and the Redevelopment Authority of the County of York for redevelopment assistance capital program grants for the following project, and it's the Burns Health Educational Campus Extension.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, and just to remind folks, this is really a processing thing the county has to do, that this has already been approved at the state level, and now this is the follow-up that needs to happen to ensure that the Burns Health Education Campus gets their funding. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I'll make a motion to approve a contract and HIPAA Business Associate Agreement between the County of York on behalf of the Area Agency on Aging Department and Scott Beaverson, Esquire, York, Pennsylvania, to provide attorney counseling services at a rate of $85.75 per hour for the period of July 1st, 2023 to June 30th, 2024.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to approve a contract and HIPAA Business Associate Agreement between the County of York on behalf of the Area Agency on Aging Department and Polly M. Rost, Ph.D., York, Pennsylvania, to provide psychologist consulting services at a rate of $71 per hour for the period of July 1st, 2023 to June 30th, 2024.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I'll make a motion to approve the following contract agreements on behalf of the Area Agency on Aging Department and the below-listed providers for the period of July 1st, 2023 to June 30, 2024, and they're as listed in the agenda.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to approve the following contracts between the County of York and the Area Agency on Aging Department to serve as contract administrator and repository for the original signed contracts for 11 agency-funded senior community centers, as listed below, for the period of July 1st, 2023 to June 30, 2024.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to approve the authorization and approval of the fourth-year annual amendment agreement for the following qualified contractors to provide weatherization services for the York County Weatherization Program: Advanced Efficiency Work, Clear Result, Cool Masters Cooling and Heating, Efficient Homes, Gingrich Plumbing, Heating, and AC, Gorn and Stanball, Inc., Inexpensive HVAC Solutions, Care Property Solutions, E&S Plumbing, and Sands Electric for the period of July 1st, 2023 through June 30, 2024.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to approve a statement of work for the Urban Wireless Broadband Phase 1 implementation services between the County of York on behalf of the Information Technology Services Department and Business Information Group, York, PA.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. I was just going to make a few comments as it relates to the next four motions. A lot of work has gone into these by a lot of folks. The Board of Commissioners does want to make sure we specifically thank Silas Chamberlain, who chairs the Broadband Task Force, for his efforts. And also, the Board of Commissioners does want to thank Joe Sassano from our IT department. The two of them were integral in developing the work that's behind all four of these motions, along with a whole slew of other individuals. So if you may recall, the county embarked on a project to look at our urban areas, the Hanover metro area and York City, including North York Borough and West York, on what we needed to do to close the digital divide for unserved and underserved residents. If you might recall, about a year ago, the Board of Commissioners entered into agreement with Business Information Group to do an engineering study on what would be required to provide wireless capabilities in those two areas. The steps that we are taking today as Board of Commissioners is to now move forward with a statement of work for those two projects. So we will be partnering with Business Information Group. Basically, they will function like the general contractor. Just some demographics for those that aren't aware. Those two urban areas comprise roughly 69,000 residents in our community, which is roughly 27,000 households. And the data that's been collected from the Economic Alliance would indicate that roughly 11,000 of those households are underserved, that they do not have access to the internet. So just some comments relating to those two. And the other two motions regarding the middle mile and the last mile, the county is really looking to take a holistic approach with regards to those two projects.
I just want to say we've had a lot of informational sessions and meetings about this, and I think they've gone well. And as Julie made the comment, this is a holistic approach, and hopefully we'll move forward now quickly on getting broadband out to the community.
Any other discussion on motion 11? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
I make a motion to approve a statement of work for Urban Wireless Broadband Phase 2 implementation services for the County of York on behalf of the Information Technology Services Department and the Business Information Group, York, PA.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
I make a motion to approve a request for proposal and qualifications for broadband middle mouse services for professional design, engineering, and construction management in York County, Pennsylvania, on behalf of the Information Technology Services Department.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
I make a motion to approve a request for proposal and qualifications for broadband last mile services in York County, Pennsylvania, on behalf of the Information Technology Services Department.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Motion to approve an intergovernmental cooperation agreement between the County of York on behalf of the York County Planning Commission and Winterstown Borough, appointing the existing York County Uniform Construction Code Board of Appeals to hear appeals from the decisions of the Winterstown Borough Codes Administrator.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Just to share a little background on this one, this is the first time this Board of Commissioners has voted on this agreement. So for those of you who may not be aware, in 1999, Pennsylvania adopted a statewide building code. And as part of that building code legislation, municipalities are required to create an appeals board to hear cases for relief or waivers from building code provisions. As you can probably imagine, this can be cumbersome and very administrative at times. And so the county offered to create a countywide appeals board. So as Commissioner Smith said in the motion, the York County Uniform Construction Code Board of Appeals was created in April of 2004. Members are appointed by the Board of Commissioners and represent specific trades and professions related to building construction. This board hears appeals filed for relief from the provisions of the Pennsylvania Uniform Construction Code, and they only hear cases for municipalities that are member of this board. So the action we're taking today, Winterstown Borough came to us and wanted to become a part of this board.
And I'll just say, when I read this motion, and I've been here for a long time, I didn't remember having this come before us before, so Julie did some education. I had called the Planning Commission. I only have one question, and I don't know, Jesse's here and I know Wade. Maybe you could come up and just say, what is the amount of activity on this board? Do you have a lot? I know we have a whole lot of municipalities involved, and I'm not sure how many it is. Is it?
So, yeah, I have a little map.
Yeah.
We have most, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so roughly 60.
So we have 60 municipalities that actually are a part of this. I'm just interested in how much activity there is and what your work consists of.
Right, so like I said, we have approximately 60 municipalities that are currently members of the board, and we usually see 1 to 2 cases per year. It's very infrequently. Sometimes there are multiple years we won't see any cases.
And not to disclose any inside information, but it's something about a building code that's in the municipality that they're questioning, or what?
It would be typically a decision by a building code official, if a developer or a resident wants to appeal a decision, or to requesting a variance from a specific code where they have something that would meet the requirements of the code, but not specifically what is listed. They can come to the Board of Appeals and either appeal the decision of the building code official from that municipality, see if they were correctly interpreting the code when they applied it. And then the Board of Appeals makes a determination based off information provided by both the municipality and the applicant.
Okay, thank you.
It was an education. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Motion to approve a purchase between the County of York on behalf of the Information Technology Services Department and MCI Communication Services doing business as Verizon Business Services, Harrisburg, PA, for telephone services based on the Commonwealth of PA pricing.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Motion to approve the below-listed tax refund registers authorizing payment of York County real estate tax refunds.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Motion to approve the weekly disbursements for the week of July 12, 2023, totaling $2,922,260.12.
I'll second motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Motion to approve the weekly disbursements for the week of July 19, 2023, totaling $8,374,478.45.
I'll second motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. There were no executive sessions. We do have a proclamation Commissioner Smith is going to read in recognition of pretrial probation and parole supervision week. We do have April Billet here, who heads our probation department, along with some employees. Thank you for coming. We certainly recognize the value and importance of what you do in our community and really do commend you for using evidence-based practices and how you do your jobs day to day. So with that, I will pull this proclamation up, and then I believe April's going to share a few words.
Pretrial probation and parole supervision week, July 16th to the 22nd of 2023, Stronger Together. Whereas all York Countyans deserve opportunities to live healthy, safe, and purposeful lives, and community corrections supervision is an essential part of York County's justice system. And correction professionals, which include pretrial, probation, and parole officers, are trained, dedicated professionals who are charged with the duty to uphold the law with dignity while recognizing the right of the public to be safe, guarded from criminal activity. And correction professionals are responsible for supervising adult and juvenile individuals in the community and ensuring their strict adherence to mandated conditions. And corrections professionals are responsible to provide services, support, and protection for victims. And corrections professionals work collaboratively and in partnership with local law enforcement, treatment providers, social service agencies, and a variety of other programs and individuals involved with reentry. And correction professionals such as pretrial, probation, and parole officers are on the front lines and are a force for positive change to reduce recidivism and prevent future crime. This week is a time to recognize and celebrate the dedicated and caring individuals who work tirelessly to make our neighborhoods and our county a safer place to live, while providing reentrants a second chance to be productive members of society. Now, therefore, we, the Commissioners of York County, Pennsylvania, do hereby designate the week of July 16th to the 22nd, 2023 as National Pretrial Probation and Parole Supervision Week in honor of all those correction professionals who play crucial roles in the criminal justice system to help achieve safer communities for our county. Given this day in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania on the 19th day of July in the year of our Lord 2023, and it's signed by the York County Board of Commissioners.
Thank you.
We got a picture.
Yeah.
Thank you for the recognition. I just wanted to take this opportunity to recognize my staff who work tirelessly to make our community safer and more vibrant. We have done a tremendous amount of, as Commissioner Wheeler said, implementation of evidence-based practices, which has had an enormous impact on the work that we do, reducing recidivism, reducing caseloads, improving the lives of those that we work with. So just wanted to give a shout out to my officers and my staff that is here. Thank you.
Thank you. If you all can stay till after the meeting, we'll do a photo together. We'll have a quick salary board and quick retirement board, so. Okay. Open it up for any public comment. Okay, if I could have a motion to adjourn. Oh, go ahead. We already took care of that in the beginning. This is related to anything that's not on the agenda. Sure. I know you've been here before, just as a reminder, name, municipality, and 3 minutes, please. You're welcome.
My name is Virginia Schultz, York Township. We have had an opportunity to commend some important, touchy kind of workers here today, and thank you for your service to side of the situation with Carmen, both the victims and the victim. I'm here today to ask for an implementing of hand counting for our elections. Why hand counting? We know that this Dominion system is indeed corrupt. The jury has done its deliberating. Number two, the managing of the electronic system in York County, in the office, is done basically by one individual. Oh, there are consultants, primarily, in my experience, with Mr., and I'm not going to give a name, and another person by phone contact. Another reason for hand counting is other counties have implemented hand counting throughout the United States. Reason number 4, California has already canceled their contract with Dominion. An effective system can and should be implemented. California is developing a hand count system. There's no written procedure nor training for individuals who did the adjudication in the May election. Expense, I understand, is a problem. But if we don't restore trust in our elections by the individual voters, why continue doing something that's a broken system and is proven fraudulent? I'm asking you to investigate a better system for hand counting. Other counties are using it. We can evaluate what they are doing. Perhaps we should ask for a proclamation that all schools be closed on election day. Dallastown School District does that because the election board has a challenge on
You have 30 seconds left.
to have the elections that are secure. But the gas company won't block the evidence. We need to do what we can to restore election confidence. Thank you.
Any other public comment? Okay, if I could have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of adjourning signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned, and we will move on to salary board.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the July 5th, 2023 Salary Board meeting as submitted.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a
Open up-
oh, go ahead.
Open up for any public comment. All right.
I make a motion to approve the positions, salaries, hours of work, and fringe benefits as provided by existing collective bargaining agreements or as set forth in the York County Employee Handbook or York County Policy Manual for the following departments and row offices as stated below with no additional benefits or concessions unless otherwise noted and there is listed in the agenda.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
No seconds.
There were no executive sessions since our last meeting. I will open it up for any public comment. If I could have a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of adjourning signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. On to retirement board.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting held on June 21st, 2023 as submitted.
I'll second the
I have
motion.
a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I'll open it up for any public comment. On to new business.
I make a motion to include the following vested individuals on the monthly annuity payment list as listed below: Janet E. Costella, MHIDD, Denise M. Ferrone, PANRAC, John D. Wagman, Prison.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to include the following individuals on the monthly annuity payment list as listed below: Lamar DeShields, Prison, Maxine Kaufman, Sheriff, Lori A. Petracco, Juvenile Probation, Patrick M. Reap, CYF.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion to approve asset allocation proposal to de-risk the pension fund by increasing the allocation to fixed income by 5%, sourcing 3% from U.S. equity and 2% from non-U.S. equity, effective 8/1/2023.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. And folks, remember, this was a recommendation that we made at our last retirement board meeting. Any further discussion?
And this was, like Julie said, this was Lee Martin made this recommendation, and the finance group looked at it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. There were no executive sessions. I'll open it up once again for any public comment. I can have a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of adjourning signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thanks, everyone, and we welcome our probation employees up.